Lou Alfaro, first question. What still motivates you to get on stage after so many years? It's kind of just what I do, but I'm really like the people that show up to the shows. It's pretty epic for Guns or for my solo stuff, and everybody's got their own story, and everybody's got depth and coolness about them, and that they would take time and come and see me play in whichever thing I do is quite an honor. So that keeps me going, and that's it. Thanks, Lou. Okay, Fred de la Fuck Off is his name, and I think this is not a real name. Which punk rock covers will you do? We're in São Luís, Brazil. We're going to do Black Leather, written by Steve Jones, done by the Runaways. We recorded it on Spaghetti Incident. Axl sang it, but I'm singing it right now. I took it. Rachel Young, that's a normal name, asks, as a musician, is it difficult to find new emotional truth in a song like Sweet Child of Mine after playing it thousands of times, or does the audience's energy make it a brand new experience every single night? You nailed it. The audience's energy on Sweet Child, especially that song. It's when we break into it, there's that intro and people just kind of lose their minds. And a long time ago, I don't want to drop names, but when I say it, we opened for the Stones at the Coliseum in LA. And I got to meet the band. We were hanging out with Mick and Keith and Ronnie and Charlie. It was amazing. And I asked Ronnie, by the time we'd played Welcome to Jungle a million times. And I said, how do you play Jumpin' Jack Flash? Or he goes, every night it's a new person that's never seen me play it. Because I was kind of like just getting my first, rounding the first band of you don't play, if you're a young artist, you don't play the song over and over and over again at clubs and stuff. And when something breaks and you play it every night, there's a moment there where you got to get around the band and kind of appreciate what you're doing. That's it. Mateo Ramirez asks me, on this tour, the set list feels like a very honest, emotional journey. Is there a particular song that, after playing it so many times again in different cities, has changed its meaning to? I don't know if something's changed its meaning, but yeah, you're right. The set list, Axl just kind of calls. We've been starting with Welcome to the Jungle, but after that, it's like, who knows what we're going to play. And he does a really good job of feeling the crowd and feeling what song should be next. And it's really cool. He's been doing an amazing job of putting whatever it is, 25 songs together on the fly. So it's cool. I don't know if anything's changed its significance to me, but it's all significant. Jonathan Morse. Hey, Duff, I want to know, what is the strangest item you ever signed? I don't know. I've signed a bunch of stuff. Nothing stuck out to me as strange. It's like signing people's arms, especially if you get into Brazil and South America and some places, and it's young fans. There's very young fans coming. They're at the hotel or whatever, and they want you to sign their arm, and it's girls who are 14 or 15, don't get a tattoo. I'm getting a tattoo. Maybe not, think about it, but yeah, it's not strange, it's just, it's kind of overwhelming a little bit. Janice Williams asked me, going from the street rock of Appetite to the grand orchestral arrangements of Use Your Illusion was a massive jump. Or leap, she says. Was there a specific moment or a specific song during recording where you realized we aren't just a club band anymore, we're something much bigger? There was a moment, and it was before that. It's when we were recording like Patience and stuff for the Lies thing, and the Appetite record had taken off. It had taken off. Like millions of people had bought the record, and that's how it worked back then. People would buy your record, and they would have it at home. And so you knew when you would record notes, like after that, like millions of people are going to hear this D chord I'm playing, acoustic, or this bass run I'm playing, and that's kind of a freaky moment. But going into the bigger songs, we had November Rain. I actually had starts of that song since 1985, so we were already kind of going into that area early on while we were doing Appetite. So it wasn't a big leap. It was pretty fun, pretty cool. Jesse Morris, Duff, I just wanted to say I appreciate the Prince symbol on your bass. My question is, what is your favorite Prince song? I mean, I always just say Little Red Corvette because it's just like the perfect 3-chord song. I don't know how he made 3 chords. He did that a lot, you know. The Carosse is like 2 chords. There's many. Diego Bollerini asked me, we saw that the legendary Fender JBS Social Distortion bass is back. It is. What are your feelings about playing instruments that were with you for so long in the past? Did you include anything new in your 2026 rig? Well, I kind of updated on the Social Distortion bass. I updated the pickups. I hadn't played that. It's been at home. I play it at home. And I play a lot of my basses are just my basses. You know, a lot of them are. It's like from 1989 or 1990, 1991. They're just my basses. I don't really get new. I have some new ones, but I don't get new ones and like, okay, let's retire the old ones. So Social Distortion was at home. It was the bass I play. It's in my living room. You know, it's like the one I play when I'm sitting on the couch. So it's cool to have it back out. I thought when we were doing rehearsals, I should probably bring this bass back out. And I see it every day, but people don't. Okay, so Juan Loaiza Suarez. What are other deep cuts from Use Your Illusion albums that you'd like to play? It's been awesome that you're playing Bad Apples. Yeah, it's cool. Bad Apples is fun to play. Right Next Door to Hell, we have up and kind of ready. Perfect Crime would be fun to do at some point. I mean, there's so many songs on there that we don't play. I should probably play So Fine. When I get to my song in the set, it's like I want to pump. I want to play Attitude, and I want to play New Rose. I want to play something, Thunder and Lightning. To come back down and play So Fine at that part, you know, I think that's the part of the set where people need to get like pumped again. We play a long time. So Breakdown would be fun to play at some point. I'm sure we will. Jack Barnett says GNR was the bridge between the 70s stadium rock era and the 80s alternative or 90s alternative explosion. Do you feel more kinship with the classic bands like Aerosmith and Thin Lizzy, or the street energy of New York Dolls and the Stooges? You know, all of that. Those are great bands to bring up. I don't know if I feel kinship. I've had moments where I played with those guys, you know, with Joe Perry. I played with Johnny Thunders once, a long time ago. Saw Johnny Thunders. I mean, all of that influenced us so much. Nazareth and Thin Lizzy and Dolls, Stooges for sure, Pistols. So, yeah, I feel kinship with all that stuff. The punk and the I don't know, the arena rock stuff. Kristen Lupo says, songs like Patience and the Lies EP showed a very different side of the band. Did those acoustic sessions change the way you approached writing the heavy songs on Illusion records? Well, really, we kind of wrote everything back in the day on acoustic guitar. So us doing an acoustic record was kind of natural. That's what we did. That's what we had in our apartments, were crappy acoustic guitars where we'd, bang out a riff for Night Train or whatever. So that was natural. I don't know if it prepared us for illusions. I think everything prepares you for your next thing you're going to do, in general, in life. Doctaris Gedis, Gedis. What's your most challenging Guns track to play bass on? My wife asked me, what's the hardest song you played tonight? And we rehearse so much and we play so much that I don't know if anything's necessarily a challenge. It's you're dealing with your in-ear sound and trying to get a balance between everybody else on stage and hold your emotion back because there's people out there going crazy. So you're just trying to keep it in the pocket. That's my biggest challenge, is keeping things in the pocket with Isaac. And when I've had a good night, it's because I've been in the pocket all night. Thanks for the question. Lee Clark asks, are you a fan of Killing? Yes, I'm a fan of Killing Joke. Your thoughts on the late great, the guitars for Killing Joke, Geordie. I just sent Richard Fortas this clip of Geordie playing and his guitar sound. I've seen Killing Joke. I love Killing Joke. I've been a fan of Killing Joke since the first record. So 1980, 81, whenever that was. Biggest, hugest guitar sound ever. That's where I'm at with that. Aaron Williamson asks, who has been your favorite band to open for Guns from 2016 to 2026? And would you play some shows with Body Count again? I would, of course, play with Body Count again. Aaron, love those guys, and they're friends. Good dudes, solid dudes. Right now, there is, I just happen to have the hat because they gave it to me, Ramondos. They're from Brazil, and they're fucking great, and Brazil loves this band. It's really nice to have a band that the whole crowd gets there early for and is fully into. We had Generation Sex, which is my, Paul Cook and Steve Jones and Billy Idol and Tony James, kind of my favorite, Glenn Matlock, kind of my favorite thing, We had Killing Joke open. We've had so many cool bands. Alice in Chains was super fun. Chris Stapleton opening was pretty epic. There's so many. Having Grace, Pink Slips open for us. Having Your Own Daughter open a couple shows was epic, I think everybody that's played with us brings a lot to the show, and Pretenders, come on, man. I could go on. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I will. Just my brain doesn't work great. Gabriel Torres Cabrera asks me, I've always been curious about your shirts. They're awesome. Thank you. How do you choose them? Are they gifts, or do you usually buy them yourself? And do you customize them yourself? I do customize them myself, like cutting the sleeves and collars, yes. By the way, I gave you a shirt for my band last year, Devil's Deal. Feel free to customize it however you want. I do get some shirts. I don't know what happens to them sometimes. The shirts I get, like this Iggy shirt right here, is a shirt from a tour I did with Iggy. I got some shirts. I get them like this. This Enfant Riche du Prime, the guy who has this company, gave me this shirt back in 2015. So I usually just wear like this. I'll have some shirts and I'll just wear them. I don't really change stuff. I got my Ramones shirt that Linda Ramone gave me. She's a friend of ours. I customize it. I cut the sleeves off and that kind of stuff. Because having sleeves it's a waste of time. Because they just get stinky and what's the use? So I just get my shirts and something I like that fits me well, that's kind of thin, I'll cut it up and wear it for the next like 4 weeks. Dan who's filming you, can attest to. I just wear the same damn shirt. Mitch Lobo asked, would Guns N' Roses be playing Dust and Bones at some point on this tour? Good question. Could always happen, for sure. Lance Watkins, do you have a favorite new punk band? XCOM, who my manager is now managing, are great. Great new punk band, very young, 15 and 16 years old, and killing it. There you go. Matthew Martin asked, okay, if you had to pick one song from Illusion era, what that you feel was overshadowed by the hits? Yeah, there's so many songs on the Illusion records that there's a lot that just kind of went by. Right Next Door to Hell's one of them. Perfect Crime. I mean, Yesterdays we play a lot, but The Garden is a really, really cool song. We might play at some point on this tour. There's a lot on there, but thanks for asking. Rodney Simpson, Duff, your bass lines often carry a melodic punk edge, while Steve and Matt provided a more swing or heavy foundation. How much of the GNR groove was a conscious effort to blend those two polar opposite worlds? Right. So the bass lines and the drums, and on any Guns recorded stuff, the new stuff, everything. There's 2 guitars that, especially like when it was Izzy and Slash, Izzy plays one particular thing and it's over here, and Slash is heavy and the drums are playing a groove, and the bass has got to kind of hold its own point, and you got the vocal coming in. So maybe there's a punk edge, but there's also, I listened to a lot of funk growing up and stuff, old school 70s and Prince and stuff, and try to kind of meld between Motorhead, Stooges, and I don't know, Ohio Players or Chic or something, and Killing Joke. Add that all together, post-punk, funk, punk, groove. Thank you guys for the questions. It's been fun answering these things on the fly, and keep them coming, and I'll do my best to answer them. Hope I did a okay job. Thanks.